do you want?
Tacos!
When do you need it?
Now!
1, 2, 3, go! Yes! Woo!
What's up, guys? Johnny Tacos here with Pickles, and we are excited about doing the Johnny Tacos Rock Talk, aren't you? As you can tell, she's very excited. But I just want to let you know, man, if you haven't yet, like and subscribe. Because we love talking to people, and we love people meeting the new people that we talk to, don't we, Pickles? We do, don't we? Yeah. So please, Pickles demands it. Like and subscribe. Please! What? You didn't like that? Hey guys, welcome back to Johnny Tacos Rock Talk. Today we have Daria from Nextdoor to Heaven, all the way from Los Angeles. But you know what? It feels like when we're on the internet, it's like you're right here with us. So welcome to the show.
Yeah. The magic of the internet. Thank you.
Yeah, technology, it's got its ups and downs. So it's just really cool how you can do it right here, and how music can be made by bands from all over the world to go into one awesome mix. And I've seen it so many times with bands. But how are things in LA? Is it pretty hot over there?
Not too hot right now. The hottest is normally August or September. So
Okay.
not yet.
In Texas, it's about it gets up to about 102. I think it was 102 yesterday. It's pretty hot.
Oh no, it's less. 100% less. It's like 86, maybe 88.
Oh, okay. Well, more reasons to move to Cali, right?
Yes.
So, tell us about your band, Nextdoor to Heaven.
So we're an international band. In terms of the genre, I would say metalcore, but not always. Sometimes we do play with prog stuff a little, sometimes not a little. I would say one of the most proggy songs that we currently have is Dance With Me. I don't know if you heard that. That one is definitely one of those. Our first album was actually, I would say, alternative metal, or even grunge a little, like post-grunge. But right now, I think we stopped on metalcore, and we're just using other genres and subgenres, mixing, playing with them, seeing what we love. And I think one of my personal favorite ones about doing metalcore is that you can also play with pop music, especially while doing choruses, like the vocal lines and all of that. That's really cool because, in my opinion, it's personal, maybe. I think that the pop kind of choruses, you can memorize them pretty well. And not just for me as a singer, but for the audience as well.
And with that kind of poppy chorus, it's easy to get lost in your head, playing it in your head. Because I know you probably had a song that just plays in your head. Well, man, I gotta go over there and actually listen to it, and so I listen to it entirely. But it's catchy when you have a little popular or a pop kind of aspect to it. It turns catchy. And so you were saying the music that you make, you want to stay in the metalcore, but you don't mind, um, you know, um, mixing up a little bit of the aspects of different
Not
genres.
really. I'm just saying we currently stopped. Um, we currently stopped on metalcore, but I'm not sure.
So with the post grunge, uh, the when did the band start? Did it start like in early 2010s? Hello?
Were you able to save any of the things that we were saying and recording before?
Yeah, I guess it's not in the cards today. It keeps freezing up.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me let me pause this. So when did Next Door to Heaven come to fruition? What year?
Actually, long ago, it was 2014. And we were doing alternative metal and post grunge until 2016. So we restarted um, creating something new in 2016. And we started that with the song named Exit Station. We later remastered and remixed that one. But that one was one of the proggiest songs that we've done. That was the moment I remember that pretty well. We were discussing with Gene, who's a composer and the founder as well, and a guitarist, that if we're doing something more proggy, um, is it okay to do clean female vocals with all of that, just clean vocals? And there was no doubt, actually. We were like, yeah, why not? Who said that you cannot do that? Um, every musician probably has its own rules in his head. So that was my rule. I was like, yeah, maybe I cannot really name any bands at this point that is doing female clean vocals with prog music, but why not me? I'll do that. Um, it's actually a very popular question why I'm not doing extreme vocals. So, just to give you a little bit of a secret, um, I did, but I didn't like it. Not because I didn't like how I sounded, but because I didn't like how I felt. It might be weird to explain, but I felt so uncomfortable with myself being like that. And very quickly, I figured out that it's just not my thing. And that was the moment I was like, yeah, I'm just doing clean vocals because this is me. This is who I am. Yeah, I'm into heavy music. That's fine. But clean vocals is great as long as you know what to do with it.
Yeah, and definitely I agree with you because any kind of art form, there's really no rules or regulations on what art is. Art is through the eyes of the beholder. If you want to have clean folks doing metalcore, prog, if you want to do that, then do it. Invent something new. That's what we all strive to do, right? We want to make that art ours, and the only way we can do it is put our spin in it, and that's what you're
Sure.
doing, correct?
Yeah.
So how through that, have you received a lot of positive positive comments about your music?
Yeah, actually, we did. And we were published in a few pretty famous magazines like Metal Hammer in the past.
Mhm.
So yeah, and in person as well, from musicians of different levels, producers of different levels. Um, yeah, we were lucky enough to get a lot of positive feedback throughout our career.
And I've always known that the metal community has always been like a family. So when you reach out, there's so much positivity. Not as much as some other genres, but the metal community has been, for most, a very open kind of group that would uh, be there to cheer you on, to give you good positive vibes. With that in mind, who are some of the bands that you grew up with that kind of gave you that edge of of vocals as you do now?
Um, it's definitely one of the most popular questions, but the problem is, when I started singing, I was just 7 years old. Um, and I started by singing academic vocals and, the choir, the piano, just face to face with a teacher. Um, and I didn't have any example in mind back then. And until the moment I became a teenager, I guess,
Mhm.
I didn't really have any idea what could support my ideas or if I wanted to be like someone else. The thing is, I've never been a real fan of someone in my life. I've never ever met anyone after the gigs. I've never ever met anyone at the airports, as a lot of people do. I just don't really know what it is to be like a fan. And I've always been listening to a lot of different stuff, a lot of different genres, anywhere from classical music, obviously, because I've been singing since I was 7, and anywhere up to death metal, going through pop, rap, hip hop, anything actually. So to me, if you just ask me who's one of um, my most favorite singers of all times, I would say Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh yeah.
I will not name metal bands for that. I don't know why. It's just for me, the warmth of her voice, the feeling that you feel inside when you hear her voice every time that she's somewhere just around you, like in the room. It was also about the recording process, obviously, during the times when she sang, but still, that feeling, that special feeling, for sure, it gives me shivers almost every time. Um, Nat King Cole, if we're talking about male vocalists. Um, what else? If we're not talking about the way of singing, but if we're talking about just general inspiration in terms of being a female vocalist in a band, I would always name Guano Apes. I don't know if you know this band. I know a lot of people don't know this band in the US because it was a big band in Europe. But I don't think the US knows the band pretty well.
No,
Um,
but I'm always up for learning new music and going out and finding new bands to listen to because I have an eclectic array of music. If you ever go into the studio here, there's so much different types of music here, and it's not just metalcore, it's not just rock. It's I have the Beatles, I have uh, Elton John. I have so many different types of vinyl that I listen to
so
because
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah.
yes.
One of the first musicians that I remember listening to was when I was 5 years old. That was Phil Collins and Genesis. I think that, that actually grew a little seed somewhere in me in terms of figuring out later that I love some proggy stuff because Genesis was also about bringing, yeah, that was prog rock, not metal, but still that feeling, um, the rhythmic changes that they had in some of their songs at least. I think that left something in me. Um, yeah, but in terms of guano apes, as I mentioned, I think Sandra, her name is Sandra, she inspired me in terms of being a different vocalist. She was not trying to be um, someone that already existed. She was not trying to only write lyrics about safe topics. She was singing about everything. She was not ashamed to bring up anything at all, sometimes weird stuff, but probably that taught me a lesson that you can do anything actually. So it's just you and yourself who might stop you from doing that.
Yeah, and you were saying, nobody wants to be a cookie cutter carbon copy of another person. You always want to strive to be your own identity, your own uniqueness, and you put it out there, and you know it shouldn't all be about the fame and the fortunes. It's your artwork, it's your baby. It's something that you've
Oh,
created. So when
you will not be able to write too many good songs if you only think about fame, good stuff, fortune, and everything. No,
no,
you will not be able to do so.
yeah, because you have to write it through your heart, you have to feel it through your soul. One of my
Yeah.
favorite singers is Scooter from the band Cold, because he can actually write a story. And because he
Oh,
back in the
that's
early
interesting
2000s.
because our guitarists and composers, his name is Gene, uh, probably one of the most favorite ones is Scooter as well. So it's interesting that you're mentioning him.
Yeah, and I met him a couple weeks ago in Dallas. He was doing a 25-year anniversary of the Red album, so I got to meet him. Very, very down to earth guy, very awesome. But his music has always resonated with me, and that's the one thing I really love about music, is that it can be there for all your emotions.
Yeah, true. Sometimes, as a musician, sometimes I feel like uh, probably there's no new music that can still touch my soul. But every time I'm wrong. At some point, there is a new song, and I'm like, oh, I can feel it again. So it's probably the best part about music.
Yeah,
It can
that
still
is.
surprise you.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because music has a way of surprising you, just like you said. Do you have new music coming up? Are y'all writing new
Oh,
music?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, a few songs that we're going to release very soon. So we're finishing the mixing mastering process right now. Everything is already recorded, so just waiting to release it.
Awesome. And do y'all have any tours coming up that you want to speak about? Any concerts?
I'm not gonna talk about it just yet because we're now preparing and we're also now preparing because we have a new drummer. We're training him and we want to make sure everything sounds perfectly. And then we're going to discuss the tours and the concerts, but hopefully pretty soon.
Well, you got to let me know when you come through the DFW area, so we can
Sure.
go out there and enjoy your music and have some tacos.
Okay. Yeah, that says in the name.
Well, we're getting closer to the end of the show. if you would like to hear Next Door to Heaven, they are on all the major streaming platforms. You can go on Instagram to check out some of the new news that's coming up. That's how I found them. Going through Instagram, it's like, wow, this band sounds awesome. I gotta have them on the show. But if you are like me and you want to have links, I'll have links right down below in the description, so you can get right to them. Daria, thank you so much for
Yeah,
being on
I
the
just
show.
wanted to also
Oh,
mention that we have some merchandise and we have all those links on Instagram, YouTube, almost everywhere. Spotify as well. I think they have a shop right inside Spotify right now. So if you want to support what we do, if you love what we do, you can also get some merchandise. It's pretty cool, actually.
and you know, merchandise is like the bread and butter for a band. It helps pay for gas. It helps pay for food
And
during the
recording
course of
as well.
recording.
Recording
Yes.
is now free too.
Yeah. Hopefully, with all this technology, it'd help out with it. But, I'm not even going to get into the AI. We'd be talking for hours about how weird this stuff is getting. But yeah, thank you so much for being on the show. It was an honor to meet you. I can't wait to hear the new music coming out.
Thank
Matter of
you.
fact, if y'all have a chance, go on the Johnny Tacos playlist, and I added a couple of your songs to there. So when you
Thank you.
are in the mood just to watch the fireworks today or tomorrow and to enjoy Independence Day, just go and jam out to some good music.
Yeah. Thank you so
So,
much. And it was great to be interviewed by you. Thank you.
well, thank you. I hope you have a great day. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And just hold tight real soon for the last word from Johnny Tacos. And we are stop. Thank you guys for being so awesome about listening to the show and watching this show. If you like it, please like, subscribe, and share for the latest and the greatest of the Johnny Tacos show. Please.